But these are just tacky. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Type of behavior.
And why they eyes lopsided like that? Get on Section 8. Tell
All
him you crazy. I would have packed my shit the fuck up, threw all my shit down the flights of stairs. I would have threw it from the 6th floor, watched it plummet. I would have threw all my shit down. No, I see you see me. That's like this, show, but I'm positive. Yo, I'm Anonymous Beanie Man, and not for short. We're about to watch this video by Boze versus the world about a roommate making 17 videos about her roommate. I am watching this, so I have an excuse to tell my business on the internet. That's the plan. Watch the shit with me, y'all.
This week, drama between two roommates who only knew each other for about a month swept all over TikTok.
That's crazy. I knew this nigga for about just shy of 2 months.
I'm a full-time artist in New York City, and I make cat worry stones out of polymer clay.
Girl.
I draw, I sing, I dance. It's kind of
I wish this was a beautiful world where we can all just move and embark on our dreams. But more often than not, you need a short-term plan. I'm not saying it's impossible and you shouldn't do it. I'm never gonna stop anybody from restarting and doing whatever the fuck. If you want to do that and move to West Bubblefuck, bitch, have some cash on you. Have something. That's what I mean by a plan. You don't have to have your whole month planned out, have your whole week planned out. Just at least 3 days. Have some money or something, bitch. But this is tacky.
all-rounder. Love my job, but I've been very burned out.
Oh, girl, don't do that. See, I can afford a little fallback because I'm a little young, I'm a little cute. I got mama, so sucking my mama titty a little bit. But girl, no.
Housing instability, financial instability,
Ooh,
mental
girl,
health issues.
get on Section 8. Tell him you crazy.
I'm doing this all alone.
Now, I think people were attracted to this drama
That's what he was doing.
because there was a long story with a clear winner.
He was like, play it up, play it up, play it up. I was like, that shit's gonna come back and bite you because I'm taking it from the people that absolutely need Section 8 housing. I'm not gonna do that. Now I could easily do that, and but shit comes back and bites your ass in the craziest ways. I do not want to find out. No.
I would say. Now, of course, the internet always leaves some corners up to debate. Some people will be taking the side of girl.
She is fab. Jesus Christ. I need to do this hairstyle. You think I would look good with long hair? Or at least a Jerry curl? No? Okay.
A. Some people will be taking the side of girl B, but I will say the majority of you guys will probably be taking one side. But we need to get on the same page. The question that I want to pose to you, that we will answer throughout this video by simply opening up the discussion is, what is it?
And I'm an artist. Like, I'm not an artist and I like to draw here and there. No, I'm an artist, animator, showrunner, comic artist. I run shit. I do shit. Who cares if it doesn't have all these numbers? I do shit in these streets, okay? Art related. So... And this is coming from me, okay, girl. I don't trust anybody to start a business with, to move in with, to get my business off the ground. I thought, but bitch, no, niggas. There's a lot of hurt people in the world, girl. You just gotta know the signs. I knew better, but I needed a vacation.
In society that makes a woman credible. The reason why is because a couple of weeks ago, a man that ran a website, and it was called like Mr. Deepfake or something. He ran one of the largest websites that was producing fake pornography of women. Well, when he was arrested, it was found that he was a pharmacist or like a doctor or something. He was a family man. He was a dad. He was a part of the community. He donated to the community. And it got me thinking, why is it that men are taught to build social resumes? And for men, the social resumes have stayed the same for decades, centuries even. Be a family man, have a good job, be part of your community,
because it's not real. It's not real. This is why there's so many people doing shiesty shit. They're following the shit that's been ingrained in their minds and their psyche by the government, and they don't realize it's not real because they're not really thinking for themselves. They're thinking of what they know and what they think they have control over. You actually don't have to marinate at that bum ass job that you fucking hate, even though it pays all of your fucking bills, bitch. I know it's hard to get another fucking job, but bitch, come on, dude. I know. I'm sucking mama titty. And I'm talking a little bit crazy, but I just think it's fascinating how people just kind of trap themselves. Like you're trapped at a 9 to 5. You have this guarantee of a stable income, so you can do this and do that and make your life move and make your life work. But it could get taken at any time for any fucking reason that has nothing to do with you. So You could do everything right and still get fucked.
to church, right? And then a man is shielded from whatever dark things that he wants to do in his own home or in his mind. But my question to you is, what is it that makes a woman credible? Well, if a woman is to take on the job of a doctor or an attorney, sometimes to people she's considered an anomaly, strange. Should we trust her? Or if you look back in the 1950s,
Those people are slow.
the strongest way that a woman was given credibility was by being married. Is there a ring on your finger? Has a man chosen you? Are you tolerable? Do you have children? Do you keep the home tidy? Do you go to church? And what's fascinating to me is that credibility for men has stayed the same for a long time, but credibility
Society is built on being performative, dude. It's like if we just got to the root and got to the shit of why shit fuck is the damn, I'm pretty sure we would have a spirit forward society. Okay? I know I'm kind of like getting spiritual right here. Spirit forward, like what? But, God, whatever you want to say, I believe God is within me. We are God.
for women has been ever changing over the years.
Whatever.
The reason that I'm thinking about this is one, we're going to actually see a lot of what I'm talking about in this particular drama. But then also two, I think in the modern day, the way that women are evaluated as credible is changing. I feel like for the last couple of years, we've been told, well, it shouldn't matter. We should be able to talk about our mental health. We should be able to do this. You should be able to do this and live freely and do this and blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking about it now. And I guess the question that I want to raise for women is, should we be evaluating our credibility? If we are put in situations where maybe we have to speak out for ourselves or speak out for others, what we are putting out there is our credibility and our vulnerability.
Yeah, don't just do your shit and let your success speak for you. Don't. That's what old boy wanted me to do, and I'm not even a woman. He was saying I wasn't doing enough around the house, and I was actually doing more than enough, more than I actually needed to fucking do, just to, I don't know, like it also taught me like, dude, you're still a little bit of a people pleaser and you want people to like you. Like, I thought he was cool as fuck, and I deep down felt he did not think the same about me. He did not really like me, and I knew he didn't like me by the third day of me being there. I knew he did not like me at all just by the third day being there. And I couldn't shake this feeling, and he moved very meticulously. But I'm not trying to make him out to be like this intellectual genius that I got manipulated by. No, it's just he lied. He lied.
So if you, as a woman, put that out into the world and make a claim, an accusation, a thing, no matter how true it is, the first thing
People are always gonna want you to prove why. Prove why. People are always gonna want you to prove something. Don't. Don't.
that people are going to do is attack your credibility.
I mean, of course, the context depends on what you need to be proving something of, like if it's something criminal. But if you're just doing your shit, fuck all these opinions.
And considering we don't speak about this as women, I actually want to open the door on
Is this like a woman channel? Is this like Skull 2002? This might be a woman channel. Oops.
Evaluate our credibility before we do things. How do we evaluate our credibility as we're building things? How do we evaluate other people's credibility in order to figure out what should we do or what we should take seriously? It's like right now, credibility is like not the word at the forefront. It's a feeling. It's an intuition of whether we trust them or not. And I guess as we go through this, I want to pose the question in 2026, what is it? What are the items that make a woman credible? Is it tenure? Is it money? Is it being a family person? Is it being independent? Well, there's a lot of different answers to this. I think it all depends on what life path you chose. But I've asked a couple people this question this week. I'm sure that chatters are going to give their input on it, people in the YouTube comments, which I would love to. I don't
feel like I have a place to answer that because it's subjective. Just like she said, it depends on the life path you chose. If you chose to be a family woman and a job and that's it, you're successful, you made it, you're credible. You have experiences and things and lessons that you've learned because of your lifestyle that you can relay on to other people. You might be wrong, but that doesn't mean you're not credible. It's weird because it's not real. There's no one way to be credible. It's not real.
plan to give you the answers in this video, but what I do want to do is open up the discussion because I think it's quite important. Now, before we get into this, I'm going to give you the one answer that somebody gave me to the question of what makes a woman credible. And when you hear it,
survey says
there will be a part of you that may know that it's true. And there will be a part of you that thinks, Jesus fucking Christ, this is all about our unconscious biases, okay? When I asked a couple different people, what makes a woman credible?
Okay,
one
girl.
answer that I got from a woman was, well, if she likes animals. I hate it because it's kind of true. It's kind of true. It just leans into our bias of what a woman should be. She should be nurturing. She should be motherly. She should just look at this little thing that doesn't talk back and give it unconditional love. Is that our value as women? Right? You know what I mean? Do you guys get what I mean? That it's so fucked up that is true. That is true. When we see a woman likes animals, we see nurturing, it must be a mother. That's a woman. Yeah, right? Okay, so before we get into this.
The reason why I didn't think of that, because it's not like, it doesn't cross my mind. Like, nurturing, really? That just plays into does that not play into misogyny? Like, that's like the biggest, like, get in the kitchen, make me a sandwich. Like, if she likes animals, if she gives back to the community, like... I mean, I basically said the same thing, but girl, it could have been anything.
Do you guys see what I mean about, bitch, this is a fucking problem, okay? Like, what I ask you to do in this video today is think about these things. If you are a woman that has done something great because of your credibility and been able to do things that, you know, you didn't expect could do, or if you're a woman that had an experience where somehow your credibility, you didn't evaluate it before and something terrible happened to you, like, let's talk about it. Because you know what the big thing is? A lot of us that watch my channel, bitch, we were abused, okay? And what I've realized is we are the greatest targets for predators.
I saved enough to take my mom on a cruise. What's all this?
It's Wells Fargo. They like to celebrate with it.
Because they know the game of dismantling credibility. And if you're not paying attention to your credibility, if you're not sure where your credibility lies, and you're not even thinking about this shit, they will get you. Sarah.
And he was trying to get me because, bitch, I did my duty. I cleaned up after myself. I never left messes behind. He left messes behind. I mean, I guess you can do that because it's your place. But, I mean, now you're sharing your place with somebody else. So it would be considerate to not be dirty. But he was leaving crumbs, just leaving pizza out and just crumbs everywhere. He's a crummy ass nigga. He's a crummy ass nigga. And I would just, if I'm finna go up in there and cook, might as well just clean it. Might as well, you know, even when I didn't cook, I still cleaned up after the nigga. Don't do that. Don't do that. Leave their messes behind so they know how dirty they are. Nigga.
I said, okay, so how are you supposed to build your credibility? Well, girl, I don't have all the answers in the world for you. I'm just doing my job.
There is no answer. Live your life. If you feel like you're credible, girl, you're credible. And it just all depends. Don't walk in something blind and have the feeling of credibility. You actually might have to have some proof of the things you're talking about, but for you, not for other people to put on a show for. No.
To open up the conversation, and then we could all get in together, look at it, you know, like figure shit out, because we should figure it out. But like, no, I do not have all the answers. I'm just like saying, hey guys, look over here. Allie said therapy is a good way to figure that one out. That is a good way to figure it out, and we'll talk on this a little bit more. But in the era where we're all taught to talk about our mental health, and it's okay and it's authentic of you,
there's not enough solutions that actually work for the people that are reaching out for help. Like, they're getting generic shit and like not completely changing up their system. They're not really taught how to rearrange shit deep down. Like, I can't really explain it, but I just know whenever my last 9 to 5 is, because I have a feeling I won't need to work a 9 to 5 for much longer. Whenever that happens, come back to this video and just
isn't it interesting?
Because I just enact whatever inkling I have. If I come over here and I'm too tired to record a video, I'm not recording it. I don't give a fuck if it's the perfect time. I'm just not gonna do it because I don't have the energy and I'm not up for it. But I have time now and I'm doing it.
Interesting that somebody can say one small line.
Follow your inkling.
I'm like, ooh, did she miss therapy this week? Or, oh yeah,
Ooh.
I heard she's been having some trouble in therapy, and use that to discredit you. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Now, as I mentioned, back
Ooh.
to the New York City roommate drama. Let's start with EK,
Chat.
a girl that has a dream
Chat.
of being an artist, and she is an artist. She is a working artist right now, but sometimes sometimes the artistry can struggle a little bit. She has had quite a difficult situation where she has had to move homes 5 times in 1 year. Question for you. Did hearing that EK had to change homes 5 times in 1 year raise any questions to you immediately about her credibility? Now, I'm not asking you in internet terms of it should or it shouldn't, or to have over empathy and overthink about situations.
She could be the common denominator, because I realize when I tell people the stories about the things I've been through, I go through a lot of bullshit because of the spiritual path I chose. Like, when I bought a fucking evil eye, people were drawing attention to it and calling it evil and saying that it didn't work, all because I was wearing it. I didn't even need to say anything about it, or make any emotions or touch it, or I didn't have to do anything. Life has proven to me, like, the more I lean into myself, I'm going to get whatever response. It does not matter. Be yourself, nigga.
What we're talking about is a pattern of things, but that's the first thing that we'll tell you.
Energy than I would like to be when telling this story, but I was out until almost midnight last night. I promise if you give me a chance to give you some context, this story is so worth
She
it.
looked like the girl version of a guy I went to school with. Hey, Luke, if you're watching this, hey.
24 hours ago, I was told by my current roommate that I was getting kicked out at the end of June, even though
And I believe this current roommate that she's talking about is either the 5th roommate or the 6th roommate for the year.
I moved in a month ago. Quickest backstory on me. I'm a full-time artist in New York City and I've always wanted to live here. I broke up with an abusive ex, quit my job, moved here with not a lot of money. Through all of last year, I've just been aching to find home. I felt like this place was it. My room faces a backyard.
Wait, hold on, let me read her note. I forgot to say I've lived in 5 different sublets in the last year, just bouncing around, trying to finally get on a lease.
Like this place was it. My room faces a backyard, so I get to hear the birds. It has a rooftop and I can see the entire skyline. It's perfect. I have one roommate, and when I met them, it seemed like everything was fine. There was a verbal agreement we were going to be re-signing in July, and that was when I was going to join the lease. When I moved in May, her tone changed, and it felt like she started policing me over things that were so elementary. I'm about to
Oh, fuck, I want to tell you this right now. Hold on. Let me let this play, and then I'll tee it up for
No, I'm gonna go first. It was the same for me. There was no verbal agreement, but there was like okay, if you move in, you do eventually have to start paying and helping. And I was like, okay, cool. Before I moved in, I sent this nigga $60 to help him eat. He didn't have any money. I don't know if it's true or not, but I didn't care. Life is gonna get you back anyways. So I helped him eat, and his punk ass dogs. He fosters dogs, and it's like, you can't handle that. So I don't feel bad, because you continue to put yourself in situations that you're not supposed to be in, and you can see that, and you still do it, because then he started to take in another fucking dog that he couldn't fucking afford, barely. So I helped him eat. He got him and his dog some food, and off that $60, I move in. And we're talking about utilities, and he's like, oh, I gotta pay this, I gotta pay that. I was like, okay, well, I'll help you pay. Like, I can do that. I'll help you pay. I offer, because mind you, I was only there for like a week at that point. So I was like, I can send you like $50. $50 on a utility. I know it's not much, but nigga, here you go. He basically said, not verbatim, but he basically said it wasn't enough, and that I need to be doing things roommate status to continue living there. That last part he did say, the roommate status to continue living there. He definitely said that, but he insinuated that the amount I offered wasn't enough. We later went out to 3 different locations. It was here, my home, Tacola's, the dispensary, and then the gas station. And then he went to his sister's house. Just for that, I gave him $30 for gas. $30 fucking dollars. That trip was not worth $30. I looked at his gas meter after all of that just to see how much it went down. It barely fucking moved. It barely fucking moved, dude. So, and I knew better. I was like, you know what? This will hold me over. I assumed it will hold me over because it was short notice. I did tell him I needed to go to one place, and then I ended up tacking on 2 other places. So I get that was annoying, but I sent you money. Like, hello. He didn't accept the gas money when we were at the gas station that day. And when I went in the gas station, he was like, give me a sweet tea. He didn't ask. He told me. And I said, get you a sweet tea. And he was like, yeah, give me a sweet tea. Gold Peak. And I just say, get you a sweet tea. And he was like, yeah. useful pieces of information. He had schizophrenia and OCD, and I really didn't want to factor that in, but I'm starting to realize that matters more than I think it does. Because I was just like, yeah, like he just, yeah, but that doesn't really matter because, we all make choices. We can all navigate through that, right? But no, sometimes people really can't navigate. Really can't navigate. So I saw that and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it and kill this nigga with kindness over time because again, on the third day, I knew this shit wasn't gonna work and I was gonna be about this bitch. I was gonna get kicked out specifically. I was right. Um yeah, and so I started to get corrected. It started with a fucking Ziploc bag. I was letting the air out of a Ziploc bag wrong, and he was like, "No, no, no, you're supposed to do it like this. You're supposed to." And I was like, "I don't have to do it anyway. There's multiple ways to let air out of a bag." And he was like, well, "I mean, you're right. I mean, do whatever, but that's not how I do it." Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Like, that's why his back hurt.
For you, just wait for this,
Hear the
guys.
birds. It has a rooftop and I can see the entire
No.
a lot of money. Through all of last year, I've just been aching to find home. I felt like this place was it.
Oh yeah, the gas money. A couple days go by and he finally asks for the gas money and he says, "Hey, can you give me the $30 for gas? I'm going to get toilet paper." Or I need to get toilet paper. So in my mind, it's framed as, oh, he's gonna use the gas for gas and go buy toilet paper. No, he took the $30, didn't use any of it for gas, any of it. He didn't use any of it for gas, and he just bought a bunch of puppy bullshit. I don't even know. I didn't even know all the shit that he fucking bought, but it was a bunch of dog puppy bullshit that they didn't even fucking need. Like, nigga didn't even buy fucking dog food. I don't even think like. Just a dummy hoe.
Room faces a backyard, so I get to hear the birds. It has a rooftop and I can see.
Shame on young hoe. Nigga wasn't even young, but he was a dumb hoe. Like, he wasn't that old, but he was a dumb hoe. Like, foster pups, yes, but I just have no sympathy for people who continue to plague themselves in situations that you're not supposed to be in. You're stressed in almost every day, and you can clearly pinpoint the problem. I don't give a damn how emotionally attached you are to the motherfuckers. Because to keep it real, he wasn't in a stable situation before he had all the fucking dogs in the first place. So he was gearing up for even more stress. Like, you have to see the signs early and actually understand what the fuck you're getting into. Like, I'm not saying that you should know everything and you're just this oracle, but when things happen and things go south, there's usually signs and it's never random. It wasn't random. I knew I was getting kicked out and I was prepared for it. That's why I moved. I got all my shit out within 2 hours within an hour of him being on bullshit.
Home is crazy. It's just
No, within an hour and a half of him being on bullshit because I woke up at 8 and he was on bullshit by 10 and I was out the house by 11.
crazy as is, because it feels like I'm supposed to be overly sympathetic to that statement. Like, yeah, you do have to get a home and it is difficult, but you want to live in New York City as an artist?
Right, and it is like you choose the most expensive place to live. Girl, you could thrive anywhere. And you choose New York.
That is probably one of the hardest things in the world to do. That's not even what I was going to say, but like once I process it, that's crazy. I was going to say the phrase aching for home. The last time I heard something of that nature was Womblands. Chelsea Hart, you will live on forever and ever and ever.
Higher skyline. It's perfect. I have one roommate.
Had I got a job in Texas, I wouldn't be here.
And when I met them, it seemed like everything was fine. There was a verbal agreement we were going to be re-signing in July, and that was when I was going to join the lease. When I moved in May, her tone changed, and it felt like she started policing me over things that were so elementary. I'm about to turn 30. This person is mid-20s, but acting like they're in high school. She would not allow me to store things on the top 2 shelves in the cabinet because it, quote, stresses her out. When I moved in, I had a different dish rack than her, the one that
Wait, I just want to point this out because Jamie says it so beautifully, and this will unravel more in the story. Look, I'm going to spoil this for you. You may not like this girl in a couple videos. If you still do, that's totally fine. You can take her, keep her, house her, be her bestie, whatever. I cannot, I'm not taking her into the end. You can have her though, and that's fine. But Jamie makes a great point and says she's reaching for sympathies while just flat out minimizing. And just to give you a little spoiler.
Oh no, I'm not minimizing. I'm not leaving anything out. I'm not minimizing. I'll even tell you what the fuck I didn't do. that whole time of me being there throughout the 2 months I was there, I only took the barrels out to the curb twice because I kept forgetting the trash day, and I also didn't take it upon myself to remember the trash day. Because I was doing every fucking thing else I needed to fucking do. Keep the room clean, keep the bathroom clean, keep the hallway clean, clean up after him, clean up after the dogs. I was doing more than the fuck I need to do. I was doing the bare minimum plus some, and he was telling me I wasn't doing the bare minimum. Bitch, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
This is absolutely true, and I've never seen it phrased that way. What she's doing is minimizing her behavior, minimizing situations, maximizing other people's behavior, and then shrouding it all in sympathy. This can be an incredibly devastating technique
I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not being hyperbolic at all.
on people that are overly empathetic or extremely empathetic and understanding, or perhaps have
He told me I missed trash, and he said I missed half the trash, and I was like, what half the trash? Because half of the trash, there's like two trash cans upstairs and two trash cans downstairs. He doesn't have trash cans in the kitchen because he doesn't believe in trash cans in the kitchen. So he had these punk ass cardboard bags under the sink and was wondering why there was ants under the sink, dirty ass nigga. I'm sorry, that was just fucking dirty. But he would, and we had a trash bag and then a recycling bag. And we emptied those that morning. And the guest bathroom never had trash in there because what you would throw away was shitty dog shit in the toilet. So like there was never trash in there. There was never trash in there. But we emptied the kitchen trash, and then I'm not emptying your fucking trash can because that's your shit. But my bathroom trash can, I'm the only one that's in there. So yeah, I forgot to empty that trash. But he wasn't even talking about that fucking trash. There was no trash outside in the garage to take. There was no, what fucking trash did I miss? I'm still stuck on that to this day. I don't know what fucking magical trash I missed besides the papaya in the fridge. There was a papaya in the fridge that had expired, so I wrapped it in a bag, and I wrapped it in a cardboard bag that he used for the trash under the sink. I wrapped it in that, and he has a trash shelf at the bottom of the fridge. Anything he's finna throw away, he just lays it at the bottom of the fridge. So I left it in the bottom of the fridge, and when I took the trash barrels out, I forgot to take the papaya out the trash shelf of the bottom of the fridge. So that's the only trash I can think of I missed half of. Otherwise, I didn't miss no fucking trash, and he's being a bitch.
gone through a lot of hardships. If you're somebody that's gone through a lot of hardships and you're nice, I have bad news for you. These people, when they want to get you, they can smell it on you. And this is exactly how they will do it. They will minimize their
He was trying to get me. He kept doing little shit and placing little shit to usher me out, and I just wasn't going for it because I peeped. I wasn't going for it. So then he tried to tarnish my character and do this elementary ass shit, but I guess she's in the wrong. We'll see. Where like all of a sudden his pan is ruined, he can't cook anymore, it's hard for him to cook. Oh, we need a new pan. Oh, it would be nice if you cleaned the kitchen. Nigga, I was already doing that, but I had to check, and I was like, wait, I've been doing that. Like, have I not been doing that? Like, he's walked in on me cleaning the kitchen twice, like sweeping and everything. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but you know,
their behavior and
he's also not medicated.
wrap it up into victimhood statements that you just have to feel bad for because that is your character. And
Oh no, I cringe when people feel bad for me. Ew, girl, don't feel bad for me, girl. It's over with and done. But
they are basically teeing you up for, will you betray your character and walk away from me or not believe me? Or will you stay true to your character, but now, I don't know, be overly empathetic to me for my own benefit when I don't deserve it? Does this make sense? You know, it's crazy that people will put you in.
yeah, I don't give a damn. He told me to my face, you know, I'm basically telling you about yourself, so I thought you was gonna get defensive and mad or defensive and sad. He wanted to invoke a reaction out of me, and it just was not happening. It just wasn't happening. Like, he was such a pussy in his own house, and every room basically had a fucking knife in it, and he still didn't have the common decency to tell me none of the shit he told me in text, cuss at me in text, but he's a bitch ass nigga in person. I can't stand these niggas.
in a moral position to define your character based off of what they want. Let me let a little bit more of this play, and then I'm going to give
Yeah,
you
you could have all the information in the world, and he will still make his mind up. You can't change how people feel about you, no matter what you do. He judged my character based off the little stories I gave him, based off of what happened the day I moved out, and then what he gathered based on his skewed perception, his hurt perception, and just projected it all onto me. Like he said at least two valid things out of the tens of ridiculous character, I don't know, traits that was pushed onto me. But what that kind of gagged me though. He was like, I'm basically telling you about yourself, nigga. I almost laughed in his face so hard, but I don't know how he was gonna react, so I kept it in, and I was like, why were you expecting me to get offended? Cause nigga, you don't know me. Like even the people who do, like, how much of myself can you really tell me about? Like, girl, please, girl.
really big piece of this that you will need to form an opinion.
There's walls on the side. She just had a flat dish rack where she would just kind of awkwardly and haphazardly pile up the dishes. And I was like, hey, I've got this other dish rack. Would you be open to it?
Yeah, this nigga would just leave dishes in his sink for days, and I would wash them. Only when I had dishes. Also, I wouldn't just wash the dishes. La di da, playhouse. No, I would wash the dishes. I would play house with the puppies. Okay, the puppies was cute. They was shitty. They was pissy. Play house with the puppies. But your shit, I'm not cleaning it. No.
Was giving it a try. Immediately she shut it. My entire issue.
What's crazy is as soon as I let up on doing the most, he told me I wasn't doing enough.
With her through this last month has just been her lack of compromise. And so a few nights ago, I received a text of her being like, please remember that the top shelf in the fridge is mine. I have just my gallon of milk stored up there in my creamer. Like, you can keep your milk here, but you need to move the creamer. And I was like, is there a reason why? Because you don't have that much stored on that shelf.
I can relate to this. He had a bottle of soda. It was a 2-liter Sprite. He left it out on the counter. I didn't know he wanted it left out on the counter, so I put it in the fridge. I'm in the kitchen washing fucking dishes. He comes in and he's like, hey. I'm like, he doesn't say hi. Oh yeah, he doesn't say hi, good morning, none of that. And so I turn around and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you see this? I'm like, yeah. Don't do this. And I'm like, why are you talking? What? And he was just like, just watch, just watch. And he walks back to the counter and he was like, this goes right here. Still confused why he's talking to me like I'm fucking disabled. He proceeds to pour himself a glass of soda and he's just like, watch, 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 watch. And I'm just watching like this bullshit. Cause I know he's kind of slow. I think he's kind of slow because of his takes on R. Kelly, OJ Simpson, Epstein Island. He's slow. He's slow. And he was like, okay, cup of soda, right? I'm like, cool, okay. He squeezes the air out of the soda as he's like closing it. And he's like, see, fresh soda. And I was like, fresh soda? And I was like, doesn't that make it flatter faster? And he was like, no, 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 no. Putting it in the fridge and opening it multiple times makes it flatter faster. Well, actually, that happens over time. Over the course of time. Within hours, soda loses its carbonation, its density, its flavor, whatever it's called. And it becomes like this syrupy bullshit with hardly any carbonation. And he was trying to tell me that leaving the soda out, not closed all the way. He didn't even tighten it. He just, and as he walked away, I just watched the soda just expand back to its original shape. It was so crazy. And he didn't even end up finishing all the soda. There was like this much at the bottom because it was flat. Had that been in the fridge, you would have killed that shit and it would have had a little fizz right here, a little fizz right there. But no. Ho?
She's like, because it's my shelf, that's why. And it was end of discussion. And I was too tired that night. And I deal with this in the morning because I need to say something. Wake up and I type out,
That video that you just saw where she was talking about the woman that she knew for less than a month being an abusive roommate, and you'll notice that EK will continue to call her an abusive roommate over and over and over again. This is a video that she posted just 3 weeks
I wouldn't say he was abusive. He was just on bullshit.
prior about the other roommate that she was living with.
The elevator.
You can't make this up.
So I moved into this place beginning of November, and this was the first morning that I was in this place. God, what a fucking stupid ass movie day. What an actual disaster. There was a fire in the hoarder ladies' apartment.
It kind of makes me cringe that there are all kinds of people in the world, right? That just makes me cringe. It makes me cringe when the thought of spiritual people doing the same practices I am.
The night before I moved in, and it caused the elevator to shut down. It's still not on. I had to carry everything up 6 flights of steps by myself, and my body is aching. So exhausted, my mattress sucks, I miss my old room, and I feel very unhappy and uncomfortable. It's so
Okay, holy shit. I'm gonna say that this is about to be controversial. If you've survived the last couple of Boze videos, because I've been talking about more kind of like
Those were your signs not to move there, boo. I don't. If you were spiritual, they're called annoyances. I mean, a normal person might be like, "Oh, those are coincidences." No. I'm not gonna lie. I watch wizards, witches, niggas, white people. I watch everybody. I don't watch like hella people. I got my little select few, but I'm telling you, there shit happens for a reason. Not everything happens for a reason. I kind of feel like shit just happens, good or bad, just because it fucking happens. Okay, I don't like blatant statements really, but shit happens, nigga. And I would have packed my shit the fuck up, threw all my shit down the flights of stairs. I would have threw it from the 6th floor, watched it plummet. I would have threw all my shit down. I don't know where the fuck I would have went, but I wouldn't have stayed there.
social things lately. God bless you. You are not entitled to happiness and comfort. Yes, we all should be comfortable. We all should have a roof over our shoulders. We all should want to be happy. Do you know how many of us have had to work for moments of happiness? Do you know how many of us have had to work for seasons of comfort? And we didn't even realize how hard we were working just to be comfortable for a couple of weeks, even a fucking day, bitch. Oh, y'all actually with that. Oh, the people are with it right now. And let me be clear. I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be happy. But I want you to know that in this world, you have to work for it. And it's difficult. A lot of people are given certain restraints, disabilities, whether they're physical, emotional, mental, familial, relationship-wise, no matter what it may be. And I have great empathy for you. But afterwards, I want you to get up and fight. No matter how you fight, that's what I want for you. I'm just over here rambling because there's so much in this. I haven't even gotten to the big part that I wanted to show you in this video.
and I really don't like sleeping on the ground. The sunset was absolutely fucking stunning last night.
That's an interesting take. Work for happiness. Okay.
I sat on the roof and watched it. I also want a mirror because I want to be able to dance in my room.
Oh, how do I feel about that? Entitled to comfort and happiness. Why? Just because everyone has different circumstances and different cards handed to them, why not? Why can't they be entitled to happiness and comfort? I'm not saying it should be handed to you, because then I would just be agreeing with the overall sentiment. You have to work for happiness and comfort. So, I mean, I guess, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like why can't we all be entitled to happiness and comfort? Why not?
I just came across some tea about me and my roommate.
Because then that would mean you would want to hand it to you, I guess.
Last night there was a whole weird ass interaction about me wanting to get a microwave because he doesn't have one.
Oh, here we go. This is the exact moment that she describes an issue with her previous roommate prior to this, just 1 month prior to moving.
Weird ass interaction about me wanting to get a microwave because he doesn't have one, and he was challenging me on it and how he doesn't usually need one. His tone that was so off-putting and condescending, the same energy as my ex. He seems to have a superiority complex where it felt like he was trying to just be right. I did not.
No, this is her diary.
I don't know the person she was talking about, but whole internet bans against me. So my oh boy, he wanted to be right. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I would like respond back to him in a conversation, I can't really say what specifically because it happened so many times. He would just say no and then continue to talk about exactly what I just said. Like, one example I can give was when he was grocery shopping and he was talking about the ice cream barrels. And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know they have those. You're talking about the ones that be at birthday parties and that you pick up by the handle?" And he was like, "No." He was like, I was like, Okay, you're not talking about the big white or transparent ice cream bucket with the handle?" And he was like, "I don't even know if they have handles. I don't know. No." And then I don't know, he said something, I don't know, he fucking said something and I was like, that's what I was talking about. And he was like, "Oh, I thought you meant the ones that you take to parties." If you just said what, that's how the interaction went, and I was like, "What? I just said that and you said no?" Or another time where he had a little man bun in his head and I was like, "Oh shit, you got a man bun?" And he was like, "No, just doing my hair." And what style of hair did you put your fucking hair in? A man bun. It was like
She's
he wanted to be right about the littlest, insignificant, unproblematic shit, and he wanted little micro problems, and I just did not give into it, girl.
reading. I know. It's unbelievable. She said that another roommate was doing things to her, like being mean to her basically, and then she moves into the 5th or 6th apartment for the year, and then she says that the next roommate is also just being mean to her, and she can't believe it. She literally accuses them of the same exact thing, only weeks apart.
Fucking move here to shrink again or fight for this next chapter just to survive someone's energy. I want
Oh yeah, she's probably projecting. So whatever she's saying about these people, one or two things could be valid, but a lot of it could be just projection. It just might be projection, actually.
peace, safety, a reset, home, not another weird ass power dynamic.
Oh girl.
Wow. I am so proud of who I've become here.
Dude, okay. All right. The first month of her living with this new girl, which you'll see her here in a little bit, she starts going out on her balcony and recording these videos, calling her roommate insane and unsafe.
When is my life gonna get together? Girl.
Immediate reaction was just despair and desperation, and you can
Oh.
see it in my response to her. It's like, are we for real? Did I do something that if
Oh my God. So these are actually her texts. So the other roommate says to her, "Hey, let's not renew the lease. I gotta go. Like, let's not renew the lease. Sorry. Bye. This isn't working." So EK, the girl that we're watching, says, "I didn't realize you didn't think we were a good fit. Can you tell me why? I would really like to stay and have been so much happier living here." You know what's fascinating about this statement? When she kind of pulls the "can you explain my bad behavior to me?" I'm like, that's a little weird, but maybe she didn't mean it in such a bad way.
When I was put in a similar situation, I didn't do this. I'm not like, "Well, can you tell me exactly what I did?" I just assumed. I came from a place of assumption and I just glossed over. I was like, "Well, I thought I was doing everything I was supposed to." Um, and when this conversation came up, I had made a joke. It's not a good joke, actually. Let me start from the beginning. There were two times I left the stove eye on. It wasn't a gas stove. It was a glass top stove, and the eyes like glow red. And there's like a little red light. Um, and you turn off the eye, right? But the light doesn't turn off for a little bit until the stovetop gets cold. So I forgot only two times to turn off the stove. And the second time he hit me up, he was like, "This is your second time leaving the stove on." And I was like, "Man, I'm finna buy a griddle and use it at this point. I'm not like your exes. I'm sorry." Look. I know I shouldn't have said that. It was bad. It was bad. But I was saying that as like, "Oh, I'm not like your exes. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna stop doing something and then keep doing it." I know I probably should have just said that and not the weird shit I fucking said. But in the text messages, he gathered me, girl. He was like, "No, no, actually, you are like." He like word vomited and beat around the bush, but by the middle of the text, he was like, "No, actually, you are like my ex." I was like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "I appreciate individuality and differences amongst people, but the similarities are stark, or something like that. I was like, oh girl, oh girl. I mean, hey, I'm not gonna sit here and try and prove to y'all that I'm not like his ex, because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. But I know the effort I put in. I know, and whatever he feels, he feels. However I feel. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue. I
And then
didn't
she
argue.
says, she ends it with a guilt trip. I would really like to say that's not the big guilt trip. It's the next part. And have been so much happier living here. If I've done something that's offended you, I'm more than willing to make it right so it's good for both of us. Girl, you have been kicked out of 5 different apartments this year. Like, it's, you know? So then
I wasn't trying to work it out either. However he felt, how he felt, and I left it so we can move on.
Roommate says, you've been happier living here? The text you just sent me says otherwise. Please clarify.
Wait, what?
Just sent me says otherwise. So then the roommate says, you've been happier living here? The text you just sent me says otherwise. Please clarify. Yo, when I say please clarify on a work email, it means I'm losing it, bro. And then mind you, she posts these texts, but she doesn't even, what is the one above this?
Yeah, what's the context?
Right?
Offended you because I really want to say I'm very happy here. Mental health is so much better, and it was
Oh, I hate when people flash bullshit ass information and it's not even remotely relevant.
funny seeing her come back with, really, you're happy here? Your text says otherwise. And it's like, what do you mean?
She threw your own
My text
words
is
back
simply
at you.
about your
She's trying to frame it as her being condescending. Girl, that's not what's happening.
communication style, how you're unwilling to compromise. I like having these LED lights on that cost $5 to $10 a year. She was like, I don't want to spend the money on it. It's like, then don't. I will pay extra. Con Ed is in my name. And she's like, I still don't want to. And it's like,
So to be clear, this roommate went up and started putting some fairy lights in the house. I don't know, maybe they didn't look good, maybe they were cheap, maybe they had bad placement. I'm not really sure, but
I did end up helping pay a utility, which was the Wi-Fi. He said he went from $21 to $60 when I moved there, and I was like, okay, I don't even know how that happened because only my computer is connected. My iPad was connected here and there, but my computer was mainly on it. So I guess, but
the other roommate, who had lived there for 2 years, was like, hey, can we do without the fairy lights? And then EK was like, why? Yo, you ain't gonna come up in my house and start hanging shit up and then argue with me when I tell you that I don't like it. So, the roommate is like, why? And then EK's like, if you don't like it, I'll pay for it. I'll pay the $10 a year to have the fairy light. Get this shit out of my house.
okay. I have this bad habit of just rolling over to keep the peace. Look at the sun. I was in the park a few weeks ago. I saw a hawk capture a smaller bird and flew up into the trees, and I hear all of the little birds squawking around it, and it was very traumatizing. I absolutely sobbed watching the feathers float down. But I knew I was seeing that for a reason. I posted about it on my Instagram story, and some people responded being like, I don't care that, the hawk needs to eat, it's just not right. Nature is neutral. Hawks exist to balance the ecosystem so there isn't overpopulation.
so why are you traumatized, girl?
They aren't doing this to be evil. They're just
This nigga is crazy because a bird died in his fucking backyard, and he was like, I have separation anxiety. I'm so sad. Not that you can't be sad, and not that you can't feel for animals. I get it, but it's like he felt more empathy for animals than he did humans. And this is going back to the R. Kelly and the Epstein and the OJs. He had an understanding of why it happened because victims hurt victims. Yes, but you just have to be there. His tone and his body language and everything pointed more to him being on the predator side, and he acknowledged that. He was like, and I know me saying this is like, I agree with predators, but I don't. And it's like, if you need to say that, you probably do, because it's true. Victims victimize, sometimes become predators, but he was making it seem like they didn't have a choice. And then he had R. Kelly in his playlist, and he was like, look, I know he did what he did, but I'm sorry. I love R. Kelly. Go ahead and listen. Listen to whatever you want, girl. This video is 51 minutes, and I haven't even gotten through half the video over here. Whoever watches this watches this. Hey, whoever watches this watches this.
What the fuck are you talking about? almost. Is this like performative
Yes.
animal lovership? She keeps talking about the sunsets and the.
Yes.
Look, let me show you a couple more videos from this girl because this is out of control to me. June 4th, just a couple days after the one that I just showed you. It's an update on my roommate trying to kick me out at the end of June. They're still living together. When she was posting these videos, they were still living together, and she is in this woman's house as a subletter. The woman has been at the house for 2 years, and she is arguing with her through text and making videos about her in her own home.
Yeah. Though we weren't arguing through text, he wouldn't talk to me in person. He stopped talking to me and engaging in conversations with me around the week of 4th of July. Because I still don't really know why. He told me he was going through a lot, and before I even moved there, I told him my first response to anything is to give people space. I don't like to question things. I feel it out and I give you space. And we talked it out, and so I continued to give him space. Before I gave him space though, he told me he needed to watch his dogs and he wouldn't be able to watch TV and things for as long, but you know, we would still be able to do that. He just has to be with his dogs. And in text, when he told me that, he was like his exes thought they weren't being cared for, or he cared about them less because he cared about the dogs more. And I was like, that's dumb as fuck, because it's like that's what emotional support animals are for. But no, I think he was soft launching, distancing from me as a whole, thinking back on it. And so I just gave him space, and I was like, okay, well, this gives me more time to focus on my brand, my YouTube, my show. You know, we were staying up until like 5 a.m., 11, just watching bullshit ass TV. So, I mean, thank you for the space, but nigga, you can't really get mad when you set this shit up. Like, you set it up.
I made a couple of videos talking about my roommate. If you don't know about this drama, just go watch the other videos, I promise. It's gonna give you the context that you need. I unfortunately have an update for you. I should have known that she would try to pull something
Wait, this update is in the house, up the hallway from the roommate? Girl, go to hell.
like that. I moved into a new
I would have came in and popped you in the forehead.
apartment a month ago. I was on a 2-month sublease. It was verbally agreed upon. We were re-signing together in July. It's okay if someone changes their mind.
Or
The issue
somewhere
is
else.
the reasons why we're lied. Over this last week, I've been waiting for her to send photos of her room so I can make a post and look for my own roommate. She said that she would. Texted her yesterday.
So she has moved into this woman's house, started talking shit about her, putting up lights in the house, putting up shit all willy-nilly on shelves that aren't hers, in refrigerators, da-da-da. And now she's planning on taking over her lease, which she'll discuss a little bit more here. And she wants to take over the whole apartment. The problem is that the landlord is saying that she doesn't qualify for 3 times the rent. The other girl qualifies for 3 times the rent because she has a job. And so EK
whatever.
is basically telling the other girl, okay, then leave. But you need to send me photos of your room so that I can put the photos up for a listing. I'm breaking the door down.
Yesterday, asking when she was going to send the photos. Yesterday was Wednesday. She said, I'll send them on Monday. I'm like, bitch, it's like 3 photos. Why is it going to take you the entire weekend? And didn't give me a good answer. And I was like, that's...
Oh my God, she's so diplomatic. This is the roommate. I can't sooner. Thank you for your patience. And then EK says, I need them sooner. It's literally like 2 photos. Why do you have to wait until Monday? Do you not even have photos from when you moved in? I'm not asking a lot from you at all. You are asking a lot. You are asking me to take photos of my home because you want me to move out even though you don't qualify for the rent. You're actually asking me for probably one of the most astronomical things that anyone will ever ask me for in my life. And you have the audacity to say, why can't you just do it? It just takes 2 seconds. She said, there's no reason for it to take you a week.
Why do you take the bum ass photos? You're getting kicked out.
Send me this. And then the roommate says, I am sending Monday. Thank you again for respecting and understanding.
Period.
Now, back to that conversation quickly about credibility. When you see this message here, I'm going to be honest. I've been noticing lately that there are a lot of like 13-year-olds that are like on the internet and like they type the same as all the rest of us. So for some reason, like we don't realize they're 13, you know, even the 40-year-olds have like an avatar that looks the same as the 13-year-olds, right? So you would have to be very young to read this statement here in blue and not find something manipulative about it, right? Like something about that just feels manipulative. But the other woman's responses are extremely boundaried, and it's also like she has stuff to do. So
The woman in gray is how I talk. It's how I talk. And so the morning He was firing off in them text messages. I just told him, "Hey, I'm not engaging in this. I'll be out of your hair soon." And he said, "Oh, don't talk to me like that in my house." And he was cussing. He was doing all this. He was doing all this, in text messages, in text messages. Not to my face, not to my face, not to my face.
So when we get back to that credibility conversation,
That
if
bad
I
back
pick
would have
up
been a
from this
broke
message,
back.
and this is just me, you can pick up anything that you want. And I
That's why it's chronic now.
encourage you to share the things that you find, because
I'm talking all this mess on the internet, girl.
I think it's helpful for all of us, right? The woman in gray is boundaried and has things to do. She cannot drop everything in a hat to fulfill your ridiculous request, right? That to me does give a little credibility and strength, right? Meanwhile, the girl's conversation in blue feels guilt trippy. It feels manipulative, and it feels pushy, right? Like there's something about it. And so, like I said, as we
More
go
so
through this, I want to
manipulative
really
than
look and
pushy.
understand, why is EK so uncredible and the other girl slowly becomes more and more credible? But let us continue.
Yeah, guilt trippy too, because she's like trying to minimize how long it's gonna take. Like, girl, there's no reason it should take a week, girl. It takes effort. It takes effort to take a picture of a room. It has to be decent photos. Like, shut up.
Sus. Maybe she is still looking for a roommate to fill my room here. She wanted to talk in person. I said no. I'm not comfortable with that. And I
Wow. Okay. So the roommate says, "Are you
Not even
home? I
FaceTime?
think we should talk in person." Very reasonable. EK says, "No, I don't want to talk in person." This doesn't come off as boundaried to me. This comes off as
Defensive.
I don't know how it comes off, but I don't like it. It raises an eyebrow, right? So then the other roommate says, "I feel like there's so much I need to say and be vulnerable because texting is not helping me." Okay. And that's a really, really nice thing for her to say, because
This is how I felt, but there was no point in me expressing that to him because, again, he was ushering me out already.
it is June 4th in this video. You just watched another video from about 7 days ago where she was already leaking the roommate's texts. So I know, and you know, that EK, the roommate that we're watching, the storyteller,
No, there is.
already leaking this girl's texts. And so a
Oh.
week later, she very amicably and nicely just said,
It's like I want to share my story with the text, but I don't want it just out on the internet. I might put it on Patreon.
"I feel like texting is not useful." Really what she means is, you're going to post this shit, dude. And so once again, that lends more credibility to her for me, because she's not being overt with the accusation or anything, but we all know why she said that. EK
Yeah.
says, "There's literally nothing to talk about. I just need a few photos." The roommate says, "No, there is." And EK says, "I do not want to speak in person." The roommate says, "I'm not trying to argue in person or nothing. As a woman, I want to speak to you just in a vulnerable, honest space." And the other girl says, question mark, question mark. Also, sorry, her for this. Like, it's actually crazy that she's trying to present as this, "I'm so sweet and empathetic and I like the sunsets and I like the birds." A woman says to you that you live with, a woman says, "As a woman, I want to speak to you just in a vulnerable, honest space." And EK's response was to send her 2 question marks. Chat,
I sent I sent oh boy a question mark when he was saying I was being like a wise guy. Oh. Um I bought toilet paper from Dollar Tree. Hey, hey, that's what I use. No shade. That's what I use, okay? It don't make my butt. I got a butt. Like, I got a butt. Like, that's all you need to know. I got a butt. So, like, nigga, I got a wipe, and that's what works for my ass. I do recall him saying that he doesn't use Dollar Tree products because it has perfumes and stuff in it. But I asked about the toilet paper. He didn't really give me a clear answer. And if I did, I definitely would have remembered. But I do remember he was saying he doesn't use anything from Dollar Tree because it has perfumes. So I went to Safeway. I bought him some barbecue sauce because I used some of his barbecue sauce. I bought him a $7 nozzle barbecue sauce. It's really good. I bought some dish soap, $2 dish soap that I could have got from Dollar Tree for $1, but I didn't know that because I didn't buy it from Dollar Tree. I bought it from fucking Safeway. It was like a $2, $3 little punk ass bottle of soap. And then I went to Dollar Tree and I got myself some toilet paper and I got the same pack of toilet paper I came there with. I dropped everything off at the door. I didn't come home. I didn't go back to his place because I needed to stay here. There were interviews, so I didn't know if I was gonna get the job. So why Uber there and back? so it made sense if I can just get it right up there from here. And mind you, the gas thing, I was less inclined to ask him for stuff because it sounded like he wanted me to pay every time we were out. I didn't mention that, but he was saying it would be nice if I offered gas, as if I never did that. And when I did offer gas at the gas station, he said no. And then when he got the money later, he didn't use it on what he said he was going to use it for. So, of course, I'm going to be less inclined to offer money because you're not placing it where I intended to be placed. So, um, I forgot what the fuck I was talking about.
Don't you agree that when you say something that is well thought out, serious, honest, and good, and somebody responds with question mark, it is so invalidating. There is no.
Oh yeah, I did respond to a question mark because he said I was being a wise guy. He's mind you, I bought the whole pack of toilet paper for him. To put him to perspective of how little toilet paper I use, I guess. Um, there were 4 rolls of toilet paper in the bathroom I was in, and he took out 2 rolls, and I had my 4 pack in there. And then he took a 4 pack I came there with, right? I came there with 2 4 packs of Dollar Tree toilet paper. And uh he used 1 pack, I guess, for the dogs, because he later ended up saying he can't use it. It gives him rashes. It's only good enough for picking up dog shit. So I was like, okay, whatever. But I'm not about to spend more on something that's not a fixed utility. You know what I'm saying? Because I technically gave you back the toilet paper already. Like, he told me I should buy soap and toilet paper because those are universal utilities. And soap, sure, because I wash dishes. Toilet paper, no, because I don't wipe your ass. You don't wipe my ass. I haven't asked you to wipe my ass. And then the toilet paper that was in there, you took a pack of mine. You took a pack of mine, even though it wasn't the same. Who gives a fuck? You took 4 packs. I mean, you took 4 rolls, and you took out 2 rolls that you left in there. So yeah, I only had 2 rolls of the toilet paper that you had left in there, and then there was like one on the shit already. So it took basically the entire time I was there to even finish the pack I got there with. Because I was using mine and I was using the ones that was in there already. So whenever I fucking came back, I don't remember. Oh, nope.
In the woman.
And I'm done.
Chat, don't you agree that when you say something that is well thought out, serious, honest, and good, and somebody responds with question mark, it is so invalidating. There is nothing confusing in the woman's statement in gray at all. It's fascinating to me that I started this conversation thinking about the ways that people target vulnerable people and abuse them and then discredit them afterwards so that nobody believes them.
I have every right to say no. I watched her try to bait me by sending this text being like, so do you have a problem with me? I'm not falling for that shit. I have a
You only caught that because you put out bait all the time, you bitch.
narcissistic dad, who I am now no contact with, and a narcissistic ex. I'm not stupid. And so I rediverted. Please just send me the photos as soon as you can. You should know she has already emailed the leasing office multiple times saying that she is not staying. Hello, and welcome to my fire escape. So she sends this text. Just so we're clear, my plans aren't finalized yet, and if I stay, we're not renewing. Like, no shit. Last night was a bad night for me anyway. Then I was like, I'm not even responding. Some people in my Instagram story responded and said that I was too stern in my text, and I was like, how? Because
Dude. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. Tyra Catastrophe is out of control. She really fucking is. And I think what's like blowing my mind here is she 100% thinks that she's right, that she's correct. I'm like, I'm sorry. Did like our work in the past couple of years of opening up the conversation of therapy talk and honoring yourself and believing yourself, did the newsletter go out to the wrong people?
I am just talking logistics. She's wanting to have some fuck-ass heart-to-heart. Be vulnerable as a woman.
Fuck-ass heart-to-heart. How many of y'all would give up anything to have a heart-to-heart conversation right now? As many fake-ass conversations I gotta have with fake-ass bitches every day? I would do anything to have a heart-to-heart conversation with anybody, about anybody. Let's go. It's mind-blowing to me that EK, this person, wants to wear the facade of empathetic and kind and nice person, and then you refer to the woman that you live with wanting to have a conversation with you as a fuck-ass heart-to-heart. You can get your fuck ass out of here. Sorry.
looking for photos so I can make a listing. I think she's doing this intentionally to fuck with my mind and joy and peace.
Girl, where you
and I'm not going to
going?
let her do that. And at the moment, I have no idea if I'm actually going to be able to stay or not. I don't know if I should start looking. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be looking just in case. My friend thinks she doesn't even have the money to
Oh
qualify.
my God. I'm so sorry that it took me this long to show you what her art is. Let me show you what her art is as a New York City artist.
I made a bunch of cat worry stones. This one is based on my cat. This one's name is Coco and has a little strawberry. This is Mocha, and this is Lloyd the Void. I also have keychain versions of them. My question, though, is if you saw this, like, little worry stone, what would make you like it?
It is okay to get a job while you're following your dreams, okay? It is. Now, like I said, some people have certain situations where certain type of work is, you know,
Peter Piper used the smart buying tools from Amazon Business and positively prospered.
the best thing for them. EK has said that she is disabled in some way. I'm not sure what the disability is, but she said that she was disabled. But she said that she also is a videographer and a cinematographer, and she does that a little bit on the side. And she's an on-site photographer, so she's getting out and about. I've been doing what I do now, is sitting in this little chair in different locations for the last 11 years. For the majority of those 11 years, I would say like 7 years, I have always had a full-time job on the side. Sometimes I wouldn't stream for months or maybe a year or something like that. At one point, I didn't stream for 2 years because I didn't have enough money to ship my computer over. When I was able to do so, I did. I didn't start a GoFundMe for that, you know? I got another job because my boyfriend lived in Los Angeles and I didn't want the relationship to end, so I could have gone back home, but I chose to build up a whole new career for myself so that I could stay with my partner. And mind you, I kept streaming and I kept working full time. I don't know who told us that follow your dreams and move to the most expensive city in the world because you're entitled to your happiness.
Disney.
Babe, we have to earn our happiness, okay? I'm still working for it. I'm not quite there yet, but I have my days. I have good days. I have beautiful days. And look, let me tell you something else too. Not every day is going to be beautiful. Some of them are going to be horrible. We'll get to this point, but just so you have a little bit more information too, one of the things that made people very upset with EK, the roommate that's telling her story here, she started a GoFundMe so that she could stay in New York. And she got a lot of shit for that. Her GoFundMe was titled something to the effect of, help me raise money because my roommate is kicking me out. And it was like $5,000. And last I checked, she had raised about $3,500. Man, I hate to pull this card. I really hate to pull this card. And I say this after seeing who EK is, okay? This
I'm finna start a GoFundMe.
is not for everybody in every situation, all right?
Nobody's gonna donate to that shit.
For this person specifically, it is very disappointing to me that she took, $3,500 or $5,000 from people that are working, that also are donors and willing to donate to things for her rent fund, because she's going to be asking for the money again in 30 days. It's not like a one-off situation. It's not like there's a sick family member in the house, something. Her GoFundMe said, please donate to me so that I can live out my dreams. And also, this is not a person that's like 22. She's 30.
A second to explain this context, but I genuinely need your help. Over a week ago, I posted several videos talking about my roommate wanting to kick me out at the end of this month, so at the end of June. It turned into a whole thing. I don't want to go back into it. Please feel free to go watch those videos because it's going to give you the context that you need, because this shit just keeps getting fucking...
I don't know how to tell you this, but when you do 20 or 30 videos that are like 3, 4, 5, 10 minutes long, you can't just tell people, hey, I need something from you right now. And if you don't know what's going on, go listen to all of those videos so that you can get the context and you can be on my side, and then you can sit down here and help me. Like, this is entitlement, dude.
Crazier. She then changed her mind.
Precisely.
And said I would be the one to stay, and she was actually going to leave. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm happy to stay. I love my room. I'm so much happier here. I've lived in...
She is... Wow. So this girl was so done with her that, because I can tell this woman is like super insufferable. She said, I'm so sorry for all you've been through. Start looking for a new roomie, but let me know if you need any help. And also, I am truly sorry for making you feel any way. That was not my intention. She's leaving her home. So EK, our hero of the story that we've been watching, said, I need an absolute confirmation that this is your plan. Confirming. I'm going to be staying and re-signing the lease, and you'll be leaving at the end of June, correct? I'll email Blank once you confirm and let you know when I have people come to tour. Please send several photos of your room/bathroom. I need Wi-Fi, so we'll go next week to grab the router and we'll send you the info so you can use it for the next month. And the roommate said, yes, that's correct. I'm confirming. This text message exchange to me signals that the roommate thinks that she's batshit crazy and is afraid of her. She's literally leaving her home to move on and go somewhere else because she doesn't want to deal with this girl right now.
5 different sublets since moving to New York City, just bouncing around, trying to buy time, find a lease that I can actually join, but also a place that I'm happy in. I have been working on finding my own roommate and getting all of my shit in order so that I can re-sign for July. As of this morning, I received a text from her that she is now going to be staying. So that really sucks because she confirmed in writing that she was leaving. I'm like, I don't think you can just change your mind like this, especially after you emailed management. I'm talking with the landlord. I'm trying to figure out tenant rights. It's turned into a whole thing, and it did not need to be. I'm a full-time artist, and I've been making cat worry stones out of polymer clay for the last year. This has made me great money, and I have an incredible community that supports me, but what I need help with is pushing my name out there.
If it made you great money, where's the rent? Like I don't what how great is the finances? Like is it good enough to girl, what the fuck? If I was selling some shit and I was making good money, I would not go to the most expensive shit. I'd milk my little situation for as much as I could and then build and build and build and stack and stack and stack until I got the fuck out.
There more. I want to bring in the right people. I'm not just looking to
I don't know how to tell you guys this, but you guys that are buying her art to quote unquote support her and you don't even care about the pieces, you're enablers. You're enabling this type of behavior. You're enabling this type.
Because it's not even that good. I hate. No, I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and no. They're cool, but I wouldn't buy it, and I wouldn't even give it to Goodwill. It's like I've seen artists make these kind of worry stones, I guess, like tomatoes and strawberries, and those motherfuckers are cute as fuck. Those are cool, but these are just tacky. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Type of behavior.
And why they eyes lopsided like that?
Because you
looking like Herbie characters on crack.
Don't want to be seen as mean. Sometimes you have to be a little bit mean, or sometimes you don't even have to be mean to not buy it. Like y'all
and
are
these goddamn star pimple patches. They're so distracting. Like girl, what is that on your face? Marker. Like I'm a hater. Yes, I'm a hater. Yes, I would love to get skin colored pimple patches, but I'm not gonna walk around with no good star, good boy, good luck, I had a good day at school today ass patches on my goddamn face. I'm not gonna do that, no.
Enabling the behavior.
Looking for people who resonate with my story, moving to New York after a breakup and quitting my job. If you go back through my videos, you will see how I have been making so many efforts to make
she
my
looked like
business
Tina
more
Turner.
stable, and a big part of that has just been having
something else.
where I'm not having to move every couple of fucking months. I'm so tired of this. I'm more angry at this situation because I have done absolutely nothing wrong. My roommate cannot and will not make up her mind. So I'm planning on doing a bigger drop than I was anticipating later this month. In the past, I have made orders after they have been sold rather than all before. And for this drop, I wanted everything to be made before, but that has now changed because of this situation. This will act as a pre-order. If you do decide to support, please know that your order will not ship until 1 to 2 months later.
Oh my God. Sorry. You heard that, right? She said her cat worry stones are pre-orders and they will not ship for 1 to 2 months later. In another video, she talks about how she's been really depressed and that some customers were kind of frustrated and they need to be patient with her because she's, 2 or 3 months behind on orders. It has taken me a long time to say this, and you guys that watch my content a lot, I'm overly empathetic, stupid to a point even, okay? It is very easy to take advantage of me. Just dangle something shiny and I'll give you whatever you want, okay? A lot of my
Oh girl, these niggas is gonna play you. I've been told I'm a selfish jackass and a cold-hearted person who's a shell of themselves. I don't know, be a little cutthroat girl, take a blade out or something.
audience knows I'm a dumb, overly nice girl. I'm saying this with my whole fucking chest. Get a job. Get a job. If you are capable physically of going out into the world and getting a job, get a job, because it will also help you follow your dreams, okay? You cannot be a true creative, a creative that comes up with ideas and looks for inspiration and paints their external world. You cannot be a creative if your internal world is in turmoil. And if you don't have any money or you're constantly moving from home to home, 5 times in 1 year is a lot. You are not under control, and it will be difficult for your creative to flourish. Your creativity will just be born out of essentially like desperation or it's like anxiety or something. In order to create, you must be stable. And I had always known that, hence why I got another job while I was a creator on top of it. Get a job.
Over this last week, I have been dealing with
For
not knowing
me,
where I'm going to be living.
I just need a job that's not gonna suck every ounce of energy out of me. And I think work-life balance is an illusion. Because I don't know, people are burnt out and they're operating from a point of burnout. But I used to work graveyard shift. Nigga, that shit, I didn't have time to do shit because I was always tired and I only saw the sun when I went to fucking work. Okay? So I need a job that's going to support what the fuck I'm trying to do, nigga, even if it's fucking part-time. I don't want to be so sucked like I just got the meanest head of my life. I'm not trying to go through that again, bitch. Girl, please.
Leaving in a few weeks because I was informed
That's your fault.
by my roommate that she did not want to re-sign with me, but then said that she was going to be the one moving and I would stay and re-sign in July. She then came back this past Monday, so 2 days ago, and said that she was going to stay and that obviously we weren't re-signing, and so I now have to be the one to look for a new place. And it has been a whole thing trying to get in contact with the landlord just to get answers. I signed the sublease with them, not her. I've also lived here for over 30 days. My name is on the Con Ed bill, and over the last 24 hours,
She moved into this girl's house as a subletter and within 30 days started building a case for tenant rights. She said, my name is on the electricity bill. I have been a tenant now for 30 days. She is ready to claim her rights and push the rightful owner of the home out of here.
I've been probably like the most stressed I've been since before even moving to New York when I was going through my breakup. And I feel like that was probably still the worst because that was my actual partner and ex. I care enough about my peace and my mental and physical health to not just keep myself in limbo because I can't get a hold of the landlords. I've emailed them twice since Monday seeking clarity. I'm like,
They probably
you guys
don't.
already told me I was good too.
You're hostile. She's hostile, pretending to be amicable, and you can see it from her a mile away. See, this is why I raised that question early when we started talking about this, about the credibility aspect. Now, it's a broader conversation that we should all be applying to society, I think, and thinking about. But do you see what I mean? You so quickly don't believe EK. And we're going to look at the other girl in a second. And I want you to think about it. What makes this woman so uncredible? And what makes the other woman much more credible? But let's finish this one and I'll show you the next video.
New, so long as I find a new roommate.
What makes her, this lady, uncredible is the execution of the negative emotions and then the GoFundMe, you know? Girl, you're doing too much and then you're doing entirely too much. Why did we need to know this? And why did we need to know all of this? You could have just started a GoFundMe, shared a few little bitch ass stories from the past. Cause why would you do that in the same vicinity as the roommate? Girl, you're stupid as fuck. Oh my god. Get this hoe off my screen.
But because she has now said she's going to be staying and has told me that she has emailed you, I don't know what the process is right now. If you were going to give priority to her, that's fine. I just need to know. I am so wildly, utterly exhausted. I've moved multiple times, and outside of this situation with the roommate, everything else about the place has been absolutely wonderful. My room is massive, all things considered for New York. It has its own bathroom, it has a fire escape, faces the backyard, and I get to hear the birds. My kitty is happy. I love the neighborhood, and I hate the idea of losing this place. For her to just turn around almost 2 weeks later, just being like, actually, never mind, I'm gonna be the one staying. Now you have to go. I asked you about that 2 weeks ago. I said if you wanted me gone, I would leave, but I needed you to commit then because I can't wait around 2-3 weeks, get to the end of June to find out, oh, actually, I couldn't find anyone to re-sign with me, so surprise, you can actually stay. I'm not doing that. If you've never lived in New York City, finding housing here is its own beast. When I started looking for this current place, it was in March. I want to believe that something better is out there for me. I'm doing this completely alone. I don't have a partner. I'm not close with my family, so I'm doing the absolute best that I can with all the resources that I have. Being stuck in limbo about where you are going to live in a few weeks is not great for anyone. I also want to be able to pivot and focus on—
But this is your fault. She told you 3 weeks ago that she didn't like you, and then your solution was to try to take her home and then play the victim. And finally, I present to you the other roommate that we've been hearing so much about. As a little added exercise, I am curious, as we open up this conversation, what is it about EK that made it difficult to believe her perspective of
Not
things?
them talking shit about her eyeliner and her clickety clack.
And what is it about Marlon that possibly makes her a little more believable? But you decide. Not from a lens of trying to necessarily pit them against each other. They've already pitted themselves against each other. You don't have to go further than that. Don't put your energy there. But the discussion of what you can learn from it is quite interesting. 4 weeks of her old roommate posting about her.
Oh, she's tea and crumpets. Hey. She's giving me Kylie Jenner realness.
In her own home from the other room. This is what she finally posted.
That I met about a month ago made a 30-part TikTok series about me, and I want to address a few things. We're gonna keep it short and straight to the point because 30? I genuinely don't know how any of this is my fault. You started subleasing a few weeks ago. A sublease is temporary by definition, meaning I don't owe you shit. You are not entitled just because you moved in. I feel like I gave you plenty of notice and time to make arrangements.
Girl, why are you gagging so much? Girl, she hasn't said anything that revolutionary yet, and you over here on the right just gagging. Girl.
You are not entitled just because you moved in. I feel like I gave you plenty of notice and time to make arrangements so that when you re-sign the lease, you won't be stressed out. You even admitted that you found someone within a day. The real issue is that the rent increased and now you need to qualify for the lease yourself.
Yep.
And that is not my problem. That's just how New York renting goes.
In New York, you must qualify for 3 times the rent. So when 2 people are together on the lease, probably makes it a little bit easier. But I just want to point out, this girl, Marlon, she originally was able to qualify for the lease on her own. Other girl cannot. She can't qualify, you know? And
Girl, where
that's
you work? Give me a spot.
okay, things happen, life happens, but maybe it's not your time yet to be an artist in New York City. Maybe it's time to be an artist in Philadelphia, I don't know, Seattle, some great cities. Seattle's still pretty expensive, but you know what I mean.
I feel like that's how renting goes in any state. You have moved 5 times within a year. At this point, babe, there's
Who is in Philadelphia? Shit, mind you, she didn't say LA. She didn't say LA, Chicago. She said Philadelphia.
a common denominator, and it's definitely not the people that you're subleasing from. I feel like at this point it's you. Throughout all your videos, there was a consistency of you talking about me, about my situation, my bills, my pay stubs, my proof of income, when in reality, I have a job. I pay my bills on time. I even secured my new apartment. I think you're projecting what you're lacking onto me. I feel like what's genuinely crazy is I never wished anything bad upon you. I really do hope you get approved for this apartment with your new roommate. What sucks is that you made 30 videos about me consecutively, wishing bad upon me, saying I'm getting karma, calling me names, calling me out of my name. I don't even know you, babe.
When all she did was accept this woman into her home and then about 2 weeks in say, oh, this ain't gonna work. How many of y'all would know almost immediately if you are or are not compatible with somebody like EK?
You don't even know me.
I'm telling you, it took me 3 days. 3 days living there in person to really feel like, oh, this nigga does not like me. I don't know why. I can't prove it. I don't know how, but I'm getting kicked out of here because he doesn't like me. And oh, bitch, was I right.
I just met you a month ago. Hello? I just feel like I'm
Was
getting
I right?
dragged for choosing you
Immediately, if you are or are not compatible with somebody like EK.
You don't even know me. I just met you a month ago. Hello? I just feel like I'm getting dragged for choosing what's best for me in my future. She also started a GoFundMe. I'm going to insert the GoFundMe right here.
Oh, thank you so much, because now I get to read it. Gen Z, I hope you're sitting down for this, okay? Millennials, we're about to get a bad rap for this one, but the GoFundMe, where she asks for money because she can't
I thought the oldest of Gen Z was 30.
make her polymer cats fast enough, starts with, oh, hi, I'm EK. I've been a full-time artist in New York City for over a year now. Over a year, that's it! And have jumped through so many sublets trying to find a home. I moved into my current place thinking I'd get to stay, but after a horribly traumatizing situation with my roommate, now turned into dealing with slummy landlords, I'm at a breaking point and need help. Now, remember, she said she had abusive parents, abusive ex-boyfriend, abusive ex-roommate, abusive landlord, abusive roommate, and now another abusive roommate, and then also slummy landlords. See, this is what I'm talking about. Back to that credibility conversation. It happened.
So she obviously lacks accountability because, well, one, she's the common denominator, but even if she wasn't, girl, you would still be the problem because you would be hypothetically going after people you know aren't good for you, but you're chasing like a feeling or something. But again, she's the problem, so it makes sense why nothing is working out for you, girl. Some things aren't working out for me because I'm just stupid. Yeah. And then I push my luck.
To a lot of people in our life that are not for us, and it can stack up really, really fast. I've had it happen to me. I'm in LA in the entertainment industry. A lot of these people are pieces of shit, okay? But if you have a track record of not getting along with anybody and then calling each person out publicly, you're gonna get a bad rap, babe. Because you know what I think? The target of credibility seems to be the same for men over the years and over the decades. But for women, the target of credibility continues to change. It's like in the 1950s, it was about, are you married? Has a man picked you? And then you fast forward to like the early 1980s, and it was about women in power suits, the big broad shoulders, the pop star divas that are on stage to 100,000 people. The proximity of female power was proximity to emulating men, right? Those big shoulders and power and shit like that. And then Madonna breaks into the scene in like, the 80s and like early 90s, and she says, no, like this is about sex. This is about this. And then the new form of power in the 90s between Courtney Love and Madonna, sorry, I've been thinking way too much about this, has been, are you hot, powerful, rich, and can you do whatever the fuck you want? It's interesting. There was a period of time where that was feminism. That was being a credible woman. But now the target has changed once again. I actually believe now, and this is just a little prediction, I believe that credibility is a moving target, unfortunately, for women. And I believe that credibility becomes the thing that society decides that you can't fake in that moment. In the 50s, it was, quote, difficult to fake a marriage. In the 80s, it was difficult to fake being a powerful woman that was in control of a company or on a stage. And now, do you know what's difficult to fake? Some of you won't like this. I think your digital footprint is going to be a very serious part of your credibility. I think your digital footprint is going to be the history of who you are, because tenure is very, very important. And let me give you another story too, so that we're on the same page again. Recently, there was a hacker group, I think it was Shiny Hunters, that hacked into Madison Square Garden. You can look this article up. I saw it on Wired a little bit ago. And they hacked into Madison Square Garden, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know, a lot of airports and large venues are using facial recognition software when you enter the building these days, right? A lot of us, especially the, I don't have anything to hide crowd, we just walk right through those surveillance things. We don't think much of it, right? I mean, I have 1,000 times when I go to the airport. When they hacked Madison Square Garden, there was a file in there specifically for high profile entrants. So when they walked in, their face was recorded, and on the back end, their tweets and their, or whatever they call it now, were sorted into a file that was under their name, that was put together with just their face. People that are worried about a surveillance state and laws that will
Should I be pissing myself?
pass or things that will change, they've already been gathering information about you right under your nose. Another interesting thing to look at is,
girl, not under my nose. I knew. I been knew, girl. Ain't nothing anonymous.
facial recognition software is in all of the major arenas. It's in all of the major airports. And guess where else it is? They're at the gay bars in San Francisco, which I just find so interesting. Why did the tech people need to record all the faces of the LGBTQ community in San Francisco? I've been yelling about this for years. Even when I make fun of the high-breastophiliacs, what have I always said? That
Booking.com.
It was all a dream.
Yeah.
This is AI?
women need to know that these comments that they're making are permanent and they will follow them forever. I am telling you right now, mark my fucking words, in about 2 or 3 years, the comments that you make, especially about political figures, not influencer, celebrity, whatever it may be, you're going to walk through an airport one day and every single thing that you've ever said is going to show up on a screen next to it, or you're going to get a social score next to your name. Damn, I told y'all. I really cut off Marlon's thing and Marlon was eating here. Let me get back to this.
I just met you a month ago. Hello?
I honestly think that's a good and horrible thing. Mainly for criminals, but damn. My dick on there.
Like I'm getting dragged for choosing what's best for me in my future. She also started a GoFundMe. I'm going to insert the GoFundMe right here so you can read it briefly. You didn't start a GoFundMe because you lost your job, you have medical expenses to take care of, or have hard times at this moment. You started a GoFundMe because you don't have the funds for the apartment, and instead of being honest about that, you're blaming me. People have asked you multiple times, why don't you get an actual job? And your response is always, I'm an artist. There is plenty of artists in New York City that still have regular jobs because they know rent needs to be paid at the end of the day. Instead of finding a job, you decide to basically scream, call me out of my name, say that I am a nightmare roommate, blaming me for not wanting to re-sign the lease with you, which is crazy. I feel like if you started a GoFundMe that said, I can't afford rent right now, that's one thing. But because you switched the narrative and basically stated you are trapped in a traumatized, abusive situation with your roommate because I'm choosing to leave is completely different. I feel like at some point you have to stop blaming other people for your circumstances that you are responsible for as a grown adult. And babe, you are 30 years old. You are a grown woman. Even I in my 20s understand the concept of how renting, how deposits, how moving, how all of that goes. If I can understand that and I take responsibility because I know the world doesn't owe me anything, I feel like you can do that as well. You're not getting evicted, you got the lease, and I'm moving out at the end of this month.
She's moving out of her own home because that girl was so irrational that she scared the fucking shit out of her.
That's
She said,
fucked. That's
I do not have
fucked.
the time.
I would have beat her up. I'm not gonna. I would have beat her up. I'm over this video though, because when I edit this, it's gonna already be over an hour. Girl, that nigga I'm with. Thank God, he kept all the shit that he was saying in the text messages. Cause girl, cussing at me in text, all because I don't want to engage with your bum ass comment, girl. Somebody need to get beat one day. It is not gonna be me. It's not gonna be me, bitch. Not gonna be me. I'm gonna stay home and mind my business, go to work, do my job, pay my rent, pay my bill. I ain't gonna job right now. This is not funny. Oh, whose side am I on? Oh, the second girl's side, obviously. Duh. She's the most sensible, mature, articulate person in this whole shit. I hope somebody made a GoFundMe for her so she has extra money to move out her fucking apartment. God damn it. Video ends here. God damn it.